Welcome back, blade lovers. OG Blade Reviews here with you. Formerly, yes, this old sword blade reviews, but now I am OG Blade Reviews, and I have some stickers coming in soon, and you'll see those on the table. And those of you that are in touch with me, I'd be happy to send you a few so that you can add them to your sticker collection. However, what have we got on the table today? Well, I was lucky enough to pick up this new knife from White Mountain Knives, Remette or Remette. I think we're going to call them Remette. A French sounding name, but not a French company. And I figured out finally after tearing the box how to open this little origami thing. Inside the box, we find that there is a pouch that also says Remette. And inside the box, amongst some other literature that was there, we have a leather slip. We'll get into how that works in a little bit. But let's see what's inside the pouch. Very, very unique knife that we have here. Little microfiber cloth, okay. We know we usually get those with a new knife, but look at this beautiful titanium handle, very solid feeling. Beautiful milling work. Before I open it up, and I know you're anxious, I wasn't sure when I saw pictures of this whether this was some sort of a glued on onlay or what. I mean, it almost looks like it was stuck on there. But once you have the knife in hand and you're looking at it, by the way, look at that really nice copper infused carbon fiber. I'm not sure if it's truly fat carbon or not. Anyway, titanium clip. But getting back to this is milled in. They call this QB or something like that. It's got a cute name for the pattern. There's another pattern that looks kind of like jigged bone that has a different line pattern to it. But this has that three-dimensional kind of optical illusion look to it. But it is milled in. This is one solid piece of titanium. It's part of the handle. Pretty incredible. There's a switch which makes you think that it is an out the front automatic knife. However, when we push that switch and tip it down, we find out that no, it is a gravity knife. I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. Can't have it in my state. Can't have it in my town or what have you because it's not legal, so on and so forth. Well, that is the case where I am located as well. And I think it's really up to your discretion as to whether you carry it or not. Does it make it more deadly than a steak knife tucked into your waistband? I don't think so. Anyway, push that again, lift it up, and it's hard in the confines of my tabletop here to really show you how we can flip it out. And that wasn't a very good flip. Don't tell me I'm going to be challenged with yet another knife. Let's try it with this hand. There we go. I can get a little more energy with the left than with the right for some reason. Well, probably because of the surgery I had. Blah, blah, blah. Beautiful knife. And this one happens to be in the Tanto variation. There's a drop point and a Tanto. Both are made from M390. There is the very small billboarding right there that you can see. And they all have this onlay where you can remove it and put in the one of your choice. They make straight out carbon fiber. They make some blue and green and different swirl type carbon fiber varieties. I sort of liked this one. The way they got them packaged, you can't always get the color of this you want with the pattern of this that you want. And there's two patterns for the handle, but I really like it. I did watch Jim Skelton's review just the other day, right on the same day that I received this. And Jim noted that he was a little late in getting to his because they had sent him his knives for review from the Remette company. And he was waiting to do the review together with a black version, and you do make a beautiful black version of this as well. While you look at that, talk a little bit more before we measure it up. Let me zoom in so you get a better look. The Remette knife company here makes a number of varieties, as you can see, of this knife. See if I can show you the drop point. That's the carbon fiber look, or the carbon fiber actually. And what else have we got? Yeah, let me go through some pictures of it in use, sort of. And don't have a picture of the drop point. Yeah, well, it's here somewhere. Here's the blackened version. And that is the blackened version with the drop point. So you can see what that looks like. And there is yet another pattern of the carbon fiber. They do also make some excellent looking bar locks, not bar locks, frame locks. It's early. That's a neat blade shape. I'll leave you all the links. I don't want to dwell on that. We've got a beautiful knife on the table and we want to take a look at it. So here we go. Here are your little ears or wings that open to release the blade. And when you release the button after it's closed, you get no rattle. That's the button. If you try real hard, you get a little bit of rattle. But when you open it up, zero blade play up and down. I mean zero. And side to side, you have to work real hard to get a little bit of click clack sideways. But you can hear that. Yeah, you can hear that like that. If you grip it, kind of like the Exo from Reate, it squeezes it a little tighter. So you've got a safety built in here. Not only is it not going to close, it's just locked up solid when these wings are locked, but it is very positive. There is the window that is serving as a locking mechanism, I believe. And beautiful jimping in here. So when you grip it in a normal grip, you're squeezing those wings in even tighter. So I think this is going to be a very positive locking knife. I think it was Metal Complex that did a review on this that jammed it into a wooden fence about 3 times really hard, and the blade did not retract. So I've got a lot of confidence that this is locked up tight. And as far as OTF style knives go, we're thinking it's probably as locked up and quiet in the open position as, say, a Hawk deadlock. And that's saying something because those are well over $1,000 to pick one of those up. No spring in this one, however. It is all gravity operated. Beautiful, beautiful knife. These are going for about $268 at White Mountain. If you use my discount code, either Old Sword, that's my old channel name, or my new channel name, OG-Blade, you'll get 10% off. So you'll be able to knock about, $26, $27 off of that price. Let's do some measurements, then we'll talk about the leather slip that it comes with and how we might use that, and then do some compares with some other OTF gravity knives. Let's see if I can back out a little bit here. That's good. Overall length with the knife open is, well, just shy of 8 inches. It's like 7.9 inches with a blade of 3 1/4, roughly, with a cutting edge of 3 1/4. M390, as I said. Other measurements in inches. The handle, 0.53, not bad to hold all of that mechanism in there. And 0.11 on the blade stock, which works out to 2.7 millimeters. And finally, with a weight of, tuck that back in, in ounces, 4.4, we'll call that, 4.4 ounces. Not a particularly heavy knife. Comes with a very nice titanium clip. Not sure about the hardware. Let's see. Maybe am I getting a little draw? Oh, probably because the blade is in there. Let's see. Yeah, we got titanium hardware, folks. Yeah. Screws are titanium, near as I can tell. Clip certainly is, handle certainly is. And one thing I didn't show you that I just noticed now is we got a little provision for a lanyard right here. Kind of a hidden internal passageway to loop your lanyard through should you want to go that direction. Now they did give, as I said, this leather slip for your pocket. So it's brandy new and I haven't used it. So might take, like any other leather pouch or sheath, might take a little bit of work to get it in there. So it looks like that, right? And the concept is this goes in your pocket with a clip there. And I'm not sure if you'd be able to withdraw it out of there and leave the slip in your pocket or not. Probably once it breaks in, that would work. And it's really not a bad looking leather. Looks a lot better than some of the sheaths I've seen on the fixed blades Civivi knives when they give you a leather sheath. It's a nice supple leather, branded, and that's that. Well, ahead of this gravity knife, there was a very popular one that's still being made from none other than Reate, and this is the Exo, and this is the original one. Now, as we all know, or most of you do, there was no locking on the original. It all depended upon you gripping the knife to keep the blade in there. And as long as you're gripping it, it's fine. If you release or relax your grip, it's going to go back in. It might go partially in, but just as I'm going to show you with the Remette, there's no danger of dulling the blade because there's no contact with the edge, which is pretty cool. This blade shape I like. This is kind of the bayonet grind. Not sharpened on the top. They do make a full double edge, which I'm going to show you the M variety of. So this came out a little later when they realized that people wanted a clip and a locking mechanism. But notice, a lot of rattle there. Some folks don't like that. No rattle there. Nothing. And as far as the simplicity of operation goes, you've got one button that does everything versus one button to lock and unlock, separate action. So you need to unlock that, open the knife, and lock it. That's 3 steps. It's a beautifully machined knife. It's hard to take anything away from Reate. They do their blade grind superbly, and they do their just the whole mechanism superbly. And that is the Reate Exo M. And blade steel on this guy is Elmax. And the blade steel on the original is also Elmax. It's actually on the inside. And of course, that's designed by Exoskeleton Designs, a Chinese fellow that has since come out with a karambit and they are working on yet another kind of push dagger sort of a knife. Here is the little thing that came with the original. There was a lot of little pieces in the box, and this of course is either a neck or a belt Kydex scabbard to hold it all together, which actually in itself isn't bad, because you can grab it out of here pretty quick, open the knife, and you're in business. So I'm one of those that don't necessarily dislike that concept of carry, except you can't carry it really in your pocket too well. Let's get back to the Remette, and it is the Swordfish, if I hadn't mentioned that, but you'll see that in the header. Just a beautifully done knife, and I think coming in right at the same price point as the Exo. In fact, I think the Exo got bumped up just a little bit, so this is below 300. You're getting a lot of knife. You are getting M390. And what do we have for an edge on this M390 blade? We might want to check that out. Bad print job. I always save the paper. Well, yeah, not bad. Once we get the operator in line here. Yeah, as long as I draw the blade, as I should be doing, we've got a pretty decent edge. Actually feels a good deal sharper than the paper is demonstrating. Of course, you put it on the strop, and you're going to have at least a 25 to 30% improvement on that edge, is what I have found. Very solid knife. How does it stack up in size against, let's say, the Rat 1? Let's whack my background with it. It's a little shorter, of course, than the Rat 1 by at least an inch, maybe more. How does it stack up against my current carry today, the Microtech MSI? Microtech MSI is a big knife, at least an inch and a half, inch and 3/4 longer, with a blade about an inch longer, roughly. Yeah, I would say an inch longer at least. Well, let me know what you think of the Remette Swordfish. 2 blade varieties, several handle and inlay varieties. And, oh, didn't mention a very important thing for you left-handers in case you're wondering, and I hope you stayed with me long enough to hear this. You can disassemble this knife with 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, take off the handle slab, remove the blade, flip it around, and now with the blade facing the other direction, right? Normally you take it out this way, it would go in the pocket, right pocket with the clip there. Now, once you flip that blade around, you've got that, and this edge will be down, and you put it in your left-hand pocket, and there's your button. So pretty cool. Take a little bit of work, but I think some of them actually do come through in the left-hand orientation. But that is a really, really cool idea. So, the Remette Swordfish. Check the links that I'll leave you, and you'll be able to get to the Remette website, see some of their other knives and some of the varieties of this. I'll leave you the White Mountain links as well, where you can use my discount codes for 10% off, as I mentioned, and I'll also put those in the text. You be well, take care. OG Blade, signing out. Be well.